What you like now, mate?
Okay. Hello, everybody. Hopefully we are live on the United Stand. Everybody, it is a little bit late because, as you may well know, it is Manchester Derby Day and I have got a wedding. So Dan is going to run the hangout from second half. So I'm not in my normal circumstances. I don't have my normal surround with me, but we are well and truly live. We're going to go through into the team news now. Finally, we are live, says OMG Ricky. And it's not a bad stream as well. That's good. Okay, it started. Let's start off with the lineup. Oh, it's such a shame I don't have the normal lineup with me, but here we go. De Gea in goal, Valencia at right back, Bay and Blind, Shaw and the back four as we expected. Fellaini, Pogba, Mkhitaryan, boom on the right. Rooney, Lingard, Ibrahimovic. He's dropped Martial. What are you thinking about that? Oh dear. Romero, Smalling, Herrera, Mata, Schneidlin, Martial, Rashford. No starting for Rashford as well. Let's fly straight into it in the comments then. No Rashford, obviously, and no Martial. Give us your thoughts. What are you thinking? I'll put my tie on in a bit, but hopefully we'll get a guest in a moment. I'm going to invite Callum in, but I'm just going to get commenting. Let us know. No Martial and no Rashford. But I think the real positive is that Mkhitaryan will start. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? The back four is pretty much as we would have expected it to be. I'd be happy with that. The midfield, Fellaini, he's got to play. I've got no issue with him playing. But I'm not happy about the Martial thing, if I'm totally honest. I think he played well for France in midweek. He was our star player last year, and I don't think he's done enough to be dropped, especially when you look at King Rooney, who has done more than enough to be dropped, who I wouldn't have dropped today. Let me just be honest. I wouldn't have dropped Rooney today, but I certainly don't think Martial's done enough to be dropped. I don't think Lingard has done enough to... Oh, you know what? Let's just be honest. I love Jose Mourinho. I think it's fantastic what he's done with this side, but I just don't think that Lingard deserves to start over Martial. And I think Rashford does. I think let's be honest, you know, that's what life's all about. Let's be honest. Not massively happy with that lineup, but I think it should, he says, with some trepidation, be good enough to win as the game. So over to you lot. Let's see what you're going to say about that. I'm going to get Callum in now and see what he thinks. If anybody wants to come on, might be able to just send some links out in the game because I won't be here after the half time because I've got to go to a wedding. But yeah, let's see. I have to get... That's annoying. Damn. Sorry, I'm just I'm working on the huff here, which is why we were a little bit late before. But let me just sort that out, and then we're on. Okay, see what you're saying on the live comments. A little bit worried about Fellaini in this game. Might be too slow, says Jet Fully. I think I'm not worried about Fellaini. Looking sharp. Mark, enjoy the wedding, says Matt Davis. You haven't seen the tie yet. That'll come out in a bit when I get Dan on. It's me at the moment, but there will be a couple joining us. Guys, relax. Jose knows what he's doing, says Jason Braithwaite. He's using a tactic. He'll run down Sanya and Colour off, then put in Martial and Rashford to kill them off out wide. I like that comment from Manchester Kids 17. There was a scarf on TV with United stand on it. Really? Really? There was a scarf on TV with the United Stand logo on it. It says Danny Collins. Brilliant. I'd love to see a picture of that if anyone's got it. Great news. Mkhitaryan starting. Blame the pickle. Yes, you cannot have everything in life. We cannot moan about Mkhitaryan, who we didn't expect to start, who I'm ecstatic is going to start. Really excited to see that. And then, you know, Rashford, I said in the preview this week, let's be honest, I said this week in relation to Rashford that I wouldn't start him. And everyone's like, well, not everybody, but my explanation behind it, and maybe this is where Jose's going with it, is why play everybody who's brilliant from the start? You know, the damage he can do in the last half an hour a game, because it's a derby. You know, the first half could be really cagey. The last half an hour, you get Rashford on. Got Martial as well. Lingard is going to work hard. Isn't it? The interesting thing is, are we going to play Lingard on the left? Are we going to put Rooney on the left? Are we going to put Mkhitaryan on the right, on the left? Interesting. Prediction from Vanny UK. My prediction's been pretty consistent. I think it'll be 1-0 United, 2-1 United, or 4-0. I think it's going to either be quite tight or not. Bench is very strong, says Adija. Martial dropped, but based on form, you can't blame him, says MUFC Tactics. I think you can. I think you can blame him because I think ultimately, I think that Rooney's been worse. I don't think, Martial won us the game against Bournemouth. Let's be honest. He had a 15-minute bit where he created loads of space and ran at them, and he won us that game. So what is the lineup, Mark? Says Shakil Hussein. Sorry, obviously it is a bit raw today, and the reason it's a bit raw is because I'm obviously at a wedding today, so the internet isn't fantastic. So and also I've got to go at half time, so Dan will take over when he comes on at half time and try and get some of you lot on. So he's streaming it, so I've had to use a hangout, which isn't normal. But the team, let me tell you, it's De Gea in goal, Valencia at right back, Luke Shaw left back, Bailly and Blind. Happy with that. Fellaini plays, which is what a lot of us wanted, that continuity. It would have been a risk to Schneiderlin or Carrick or Herrera in there. Continuity, Pogba continuity. Rooney, we think, is number 10, but then it gets a bit confusing because you've got Lingard and Mkhitaryan are the big players playing, who probably weren't predicted to play. Zlatan up front. Both Martial and Rashford are on the bench. Probably gives a little bit of fans the flame a bit that Jose's not keen on Martial, which would worry me if there's any legs in that, because I love Martial. I think he's a fantastic player. So yeah, the shocks really are that Lingard and Mkhitaryan start. Over the moon that Mkhitaryan's starting. Lingard will put a shift in, and in a derby, that's good. But the problem with Lingard is he's very lightweight, and whatever shift he puts in, he could be... I think Lingard's being used as a defensive ploy, really, to stop their fullbacks getting forward. And Mkhitaryan will be that spark. But the bench is strong. You've got Martial and Rashford on there, and the bench is strong, so we don't need to worry about that. I can see that Dan has joined me. Hopefully... I think he's going to send a link to Callum, because I've tried to send it to him, and we'll get him on as well, which will give me a moment to go and put my tie on at some point. But Dan's the master of the camera today, so as soon as he unmutes his mic and clicks onto him, he will be on it, and then he can give us his thoughts on the lineup. Let me just have a look at the live comments before he does that. Fellaini will shut down De Bruyne. Manchester Kids 17's making some good points already. What I would throw to you, to the live comments, just as we introduce Dan in, is that... I wanted Fellaini to play today. My concern is Fellaini in the second half against Southampton. Redmond was small and quick and got around him. And whether you love Fellaini or you have concerns about him, he's no good against small, quick people. City have got a lot of small, intricate players that don't really help Fellaini. And also, City won't really be hitting that many long balls that, Fellaini's been eating up. So it's how Fellaini adapts to the game on the ground tonight. Today, this lunchtime, and Pogba's tall as well. So it's interesting, but I'm confident we're going to win this. Is Dan ready? Or does he want me to carry on?
Nah, I'm ready. How am I sounding on my mic? I've got my mic set up and that. Is that all right?
Your mic's okay. We can hear something in the background. It might be me that you just need to mute the YouTube. Can't now.
YouTube.
No, that's fine now. Yeah.
All right. What's the lineup? To be fair, I haven't even had a chance to see the lineup.
I'll read the line out to you. Are you on the screen?
My live reaction on my face.
Are you on the screen or me at the moment? Okay, so is it you or me on the screen at the moment?
No, sorry, mate, you are. Sorry.
So the lineup for Dan, and for anybody who's joining us slightly late, interesting. We've got De Gea, we've got Valencia, Shaw, Blind, Bay, centre-backs. Defence, not that interesting, really. We expected that. Slight concerns over Bay and Shaw, but I never really read into that much. I always thought they would play. You've got Pogba and Fellaini. You've then got Rooney, we think, will be number 10. Zlatan is number 9. And then Lingard and Mkhitaryan. Martial and Rashford both on the bench. What are your thoughts on that, Dan?
Not happy. Straight away. Oh, can you see me?
I couldn't see you. Cover it up.
not happy at all with that, to be fair. The midfield, I can understand. Fellaini's been playing well this season so far. Obviously, Pogba's, there's not even a discussion there. Why no Rashford? Why Rooney again? I don't know, Mark. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all with that lineup. I think we'll win. I just think it's crazy to sort of have that sort of selection at home. He should have went for it today. I'm not saying he's not going for it, but that lineup doesn't seem. I wouldn't be scared of playing that.
I don't know whether you can see Dan or me on the screen, because only Dan's in control of it today.
I'll press over to you whenever you speak. I'll press over to you.
All right, mate. No worries. I'd throw that back to you, Dan, really, and say what are your concerns while I'm looking at the live comments, because obviously while you were setting up, I said You know what? If it was me, I would want Martial to be starting. I don't know what Lingard's done to be able to come into that winning. You know, like last week, we were like, we should be playing Mkhitaryan, but it's a winning team. You can understand him not changing a winning team. This is still a winning team, last-minute goal against Hull. So why are we making big changes like bringing Lingard, who's not been involved in it all, and dropping Martial? And why, you know, I would play Rashford over Lingard. I mean, he's banging form. He won us that game. He was brilliant for the under-21s. I would have been playing Rashford over Lingard. I'm a bit surprised by the Lingard. Other than that, Mkhitaryan, I'm actually happy he's starting with. So I don't have massive concerns. My only real gripe, and I never thought, I mean, G Philosophy saying it's mind games. My only slight grievances, and I totally back the manager, and I'm very confident we're going to win this game. My only slight grievances, and we predicted this anyway, is that Rooney plays again, who's bang out of form. But Martial, who I don't think, you know, there's some United fans who've been saying Martial needs to be dropped. He's been rubbish. Very, very short memories. You know, Rooney's been crap for 2 years. Last year, apart from De Gea, Martial was our standout player. He was superb. He's had 2 average games. He played well against Bournemouth for 15 minutes. He actually won us that game, as I said a few minutes ago. He's had 2 average games and he's dropped. Yet Rooney plays, and that's what's concerned me. But I'm not being negative. I still think we will win.
Yeah, and absolutely, I think we'll win. And to be honest with you, there wouldn't be much I would have changed from that team. The only thing I would have done, I'll be honest with you, and I don't mean to always be on that bandwagon, but I wouldn't have had Rooney in the team again. I would have put Mkhitaryan where Rooney is, Martial where Lingard is, and Rashford on the right. Like, if he went out of that team, I'm thinking, bloody hell, this is 3 points in the bag. I could see why, you know, you bring him on for the bench, have that impact. Rashford has that impact off the bench, that frightening pace. But Martial's the kind of guy, man. I don't know. I just think I don't see. I know what I like Lingard, but I don't see what he brings to this game by starting Lingard. I just don't see it. But you know, I can't. Let's not moan. We haven't even kicked off yet, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, there's no reason to be moaning about it. Very, very positive. If anyone needs to moan, it's me, because I'm not even going to get to see most of the second half. I'm going to be sat in a ceremony. But, you know, family does come first, and there's always, hopefully, access. And I will be doing a live match reaction at some point. I've got my portable Wi-Fi, and at some point I will do a live match reaction for you. But I will be going at some point during the second half, maybe even half-time, which is why Dan the Man is running the stream for us today. Hopefully somebody's going to drop on. I mean, what's your plan for the second half, Dan? Are you going to do it on your own, or do you want to invite somebody in? I don't know whether we can get somebody from the United stand, or we throw it open to somebody if you want to come on.
Yeah, I mean, if I could do it on my own. If someone wants to come on. I don't mind. Easy. I mean, easy either way. Even though, just make sure that we've got you guys covered.
Yeah.
You know? So, if someone wants to join, feel free to be happy to join me.
Well, Dan's the man on the decks today, so you know, he's stepped up to the plate. In fact, Callum's just about to join us as well. So the thing about the Hangout, I mean, I apologise, we haven't got the normal great graphics, but the thing about the United Stand is we started it raw as Hangouts, and with the sort of channel that with you lot on the live comments, we can still be raw and get away with it. So it was nothing or do it this way. So applause to Dan for stepping up and running this Hangout for us today. And you know what? It might be something a bit new and different, because the thing about Hangout is you can invite people in, you can edit them out. In fact, Dan, just to let you know, if it's me or Callum or anybody else who comes on that's annoying you, if you just click on the box of the person in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little arrow, and you can eject them. So
yeah, I saw that. Don't worry, Callum, I won't do it to you though.
But I'll let Callum talk while I have a look at the live comments. But obviously, Dan is the man in the chair anyway, so.
Yeah, pleasure to be on. Looking forward to the game today. Absolutely buzzing for. I mean, I've never been this excited for a derby in probably 3 years. I mean, it feels like that derby feeling's back. I feel like I'm ready to go to war, something like that. It's like I'm loving it. I'm really pumped for this game. I just can't wait. Like, just to see Man United v Man United, Man United v Man United, Man United v Man City, Pep Guardiola versus Jose Mourinho. I'm excited. I'm trying to get everything set up, and I'm panicking and everything like that. But you know, everything's trying to get. I'm just looking forward to it.
That's same as that, to be fair. I mean, I haven't really had that sort of gut niggling feeling before a match for a good couple of years, and I was thinking, back in the day, a good couple of years ago, especially when Fergie was there, I used to literally feel sick the night before or the week leading up to a massive match. I'm thinking, shit, we're going to win this. It's going to be huge. And that's how I felt yesterday. I woke up today with that sick butterfly feeling, not scared, but like just out of excitement. I really feel now we're back in the era of greatness we're bringing back to the club. So I can't wait. I can't wait for kickoff. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, it's a really good point, because I think at the end of the day, I watched that Hull game, and I've obviously watched United for the last few years, and I think in the past, it's sort of like, we don't worry whether we want to win or we want to win, but there's not that anticipation that we're going to win. Whereas this year, it's disappointment when we blow it against Hull. It's disappointment, and there is not an inch in my body. I don't know what Callum thinks, or you think, Dan, or anybody on the live comments. There is not an inch in my body that is contemplating anything other than a win today, and I can't think of anything else. And that's a testament to what Jose's brought in a very short period of time. Is that, I'll be gutted if we draw. That's how. We're a home team in a Manchester derby. I think we're the better team. I think we can beat them. I've got no fear about them. Maybe that's arrogance, and people will say, "Oh, it's arrogance." Even United fans will say it's arrogance, but that's what it used to be like under Sir Alex. That's what United are: arrogant but better. And I totally have confidence that we'll win this game. I'm not even contemplating anything else. In life, who knows? It might not work out that way, but that is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, absolutely, and I feel the exact same way. I go in. I'm having conversations with my work colleagues, people down the pub or wherever, friends, and it is arrogance. I literally go into every game thinking we're going to win this. We're going to win this. I watch the press conferences. Jose's press conferences get me so gassed up because he just sits there like, yeah, it's another match, whatever, 3 points, whatever, and that's what it's supposed to be with Manchester United. Like, I don't. Yeah, is it arrogant? Well, yeah, we're allowed to be arrogant. We're the most successful club in England. We can do that. At the end of the day, irregardless, Man City was not where they are now, 6-7 years ago. They wasn't here. We've been here for ages. So this is what we're used to. This is nothing new. So it's back in my hands. I mean, what about you, Callum? What's your feelings these days?
It's a strange one, because the last couple of years we've had turmoil when we're going into the derby thinking, oh, you know what, we're going to lose this. Look at the squad, look at the injuries, look at how Van Gaal's philosophy is working. It's like, you know what, I'll be bothered with it. But now, you get into that stage now where you're like, you know what, 3 points every game. Let's just do an invincible. That's my sort of mentality at the minute. I feel like we can win any game possible, and I don't feel like anyone can stop us when we're on the roll. There's confidence in the team are playing well. We've got solid midfield, we've got solid defence, we've got solid striker. We've got it all. That's the thing. And we haven't had that in so many years. But now coming into this derby, and we're coming up against City, it's like, we're ready. Let's go. We've got the team, we've got the players, and we've got this team now that can win the Championship and win the Premier League, which we've been missing for nearly 3 or 4 years. We need that title back. If we win now, we'll just push us onto that. I'm buzzing. I'm just going to win not very long today.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark,
I am here. Yeah, I think the key thing for me is like, we always do these watch-alongs, and I think the key thing for me is like, what are people like looking for? What's the thing that's concerning them about the game? What are you looking for from a United team? I think the fact that they've changed the team so drastically, and the fact that we've had Mata. I mean, I feel we talk about Martial, but I feel sorry for Mata, because he hasn't done anything wrong either. I don't think Martial deserves to be dropped at all. I think if you're dropping people on form, then it should be Rooney, and I wouldn't have dropped Rooney today. So, Martial, I'm not happy with, but Mata's not really done anything wrong either. It is odd. So it sort of changes the way we're going to look at this game, because from a United point of view, I think Fellaini's probably the most interesting thing. I mean, Rooney's obviously interesting because if he has a bad game, that stops us again. But I think Fellaini's key, because he's big and City are small in the attack, and they're going to be buzzing around him, and it's how he breaks that up. Got total confidence in the back four, total confidence in the goalkeeper. Pogba had a quiet game against Hull. I don't think he'll have a quiet game again. And what he's really about, the sand just needs to be provided. So for me, the two tactical things you need to keep an eye on for United today: Rooney as per usual, and how Fellaini adapts to dealing with the smaller player. Because I want Fellaini to get through this game and have another really good game, but I will be consistent and say at some point Fellaini will fall off this bandwagon of being really good, because he's not been this good for 3 years. I hope he proves me wrong, but at some point he's going to do something silly. I hope it's not today, but I think when it does happen, it will be against the smaller player. But City have got no Aguero, which means we've got no excuses. We must win this game.
Yeah, I think it's a must-win. I think it's a must-win. I think even with Aguero, it's a must-win. You know, Jose refers to Old Trafford as his house now. This is our house. We need to really start taking ownership of that. And I say we, the fans as well. Like, you know, for the last couple of years, Old Trafford, let's be realistic, it has been a bit of a laughing joke. You know, so certain teams come in there and not even being scared of us anymore. I think that we need to lay the marker down. I don't care if it was City, even if it's Barcelona playing us today. We need to start at home. This is our dungeon. You know, you come in here and we will take you apart no matter what. Even if you're going to outplay us in terms of skill, let's put in the raw power. Let's take them out, tackle them, just show that bit of aggression. And you know, a question as well: if Rooney's not performing, which I don't think he will perform again today, when do you think Jose has it to take him off, Callum? Do you think, or will he persist with him still for the rest of the match?
No, he won't take Rooney off. Come on, let's be realistic here. You know what I mean? I've got more chance of getting into Man United team than Rooney has being dropped. So it's not happening. Rooney's not going to be dropped anytime soon. He might get subbed in a 70 or 80th minute when he's tired, but at this point in time, he's the captain. And I don't know what sort of spell, what sort of contract negotiations he's got with everyone, but it seems like every first half of the season he doesn't start well, and he still gets picked every single game because he's the captain, and because he's this, and because he's that. And to be honest, Rooney's always been based on a name for the last couple of years. I'm being perfectly honest, I think he's been based on his name and not his form. He's been based on reputation over anything else. So will he get taken off? Maybe towards the 70th or 80th minute. Tired, but you know, no matter if he has a bad game, if he gets misplaces 400 passes or plays his Hollywood ball out to Valencia on the right again, which we're probably going to see again. But you know, I don't think he's going to get subbed off because he's having a bad game. 100%, not happening.
Mark, your thoughts?
I'm just having a look on the comments there. I've got to go and put my tie on in a minute. So I was just saying, if anybody's on Twitter who fancies just popping on, because it's got half an hour till kickoff, because you can send the link on Twitter, can't you? But a lot of people are saying it's going to be a draw. I'm consistent. I think we're going to win this game. I don't contemplate anything else. I think it's massive. I think it's interesting this week that Pep was trying to sort of dull it down a little bit by saying, you know, we used to get on really well at Barcelona. I saw him at some managers meeting in the summer. I mean, let's not try and kid ourselves. You know, Jose can't stand him, and I don't think Pep likes him much either. It is the Battle of Manchester. It's a battle of the two best managers in world football. Probably Ancelotti pushes him quite close, or Simeone. But reality is, Jose's the best. He's proven to be the best. I was talking about it in the week. You know, they've won the same amount of Champions Leagues, but I could have won 2 Champions League with Messi and the best Barcelona team in decades. Jose's won it with, you know, total underdogs, Porto, who knocked us out, and Inter Milan, who, you know, he knows what to... Jose knows how to win a game. It makes me laugh that a City fan I was listening to last night on the radio was saying, I think we're going to win it 3-1. We'll just pick United off as they attack us. I mean, who do they think is our manager? Jose ain't going to leave. He's not going to leave big gaps at the back. I don't think we're going to play defensive, but I don't care how we win it. I don't care if we just, you know, bore them to death and win 1-0, because ultimately, when it comes to 2:30 this afternoon, as long as we've got 3 points on the table, that's 3 points more than City got. And, you know, so just to the lads who are saying it's going to be a draw, I wouldn't be happy with the draw. I don't know what you lads think.
Nah, a draw's a loss to me, especially this early in the season, especially when we're undefeated. You know, we're joint top of the league, and when you draw with a big rival at home, it feels like a loss. It feels like a punch in the gut. Because really and truly, you want to put it down to them. Like, you can't come to us. You can't beat us at our own home place. So I think it's 3 points. I think we both want to go for it. I see both of these two teams as the leading title contenders, probably. It's a win. Someone's got to win. Someone has to. I think, and it needs to be us. What about you, Callum?
Come on, we don't want to see a draw out. This isn't going to be a draw. I think Alex Ferguson said for so many years, I've never played for a draw in my life. And I'm not a Man United fan who looks at a result and thinks, you know what, if we get a draw out of this, no, that's not the mentality that we have. Listen, if I'm not being serious, the mentality of every Man United fan should be, we're going to go in, we're going to win this game, we're going to win every game we can, and we're going to win the league. That is the mentality of a Man United fan. It's not, I think we're going to get a draw. the mentality is get a win, win league. People saying that, oh, I think it's going to be a draw. I mean, how can you anticipate this Man United team to fail like that? We're not going to fail and fall flat on our face at this stage against Manchester City. Now, we're only 4 games in, and I know we're sort of finding our feet a little bit, but this is now a point where we see where Man United fans and where Man United have come to since Sir Alex Ferguson left. This is the moment of the season which says, and the moment of these last 3 years of horror, which says, right, we're back on track. We beat City today, we're back on track. We get a draw today, and it will feel like, you know what, it's a bit of a step back. It's still, we're hitting an obstacle. We need to step over the obstacle, get the 3 points today, push on. We're 3 points ahead of City. We're 3 points ahead of City. We'll be looking at our top spot today, depending on what Chelsea do against Swansea tomorrow. But at the end of the day, 3 points, nothing less than what we want today. To get a draw, just leave it somewhere else.
No, absolutely, and I think missing what you just said there. You know, when these Saturday games happen and the Sunday game happens this weekend, if we look at it and it's like, man, because everyone's the media press loving Pep at the moment. Oh, he's amazing. Look at the formations he's playing. Look at the style of football he's playing. If we could go out there and beat them convincingly, it's just like, okay, and oh, so this Manchester United has fallen so far off grace after Ferguson's left. Well, they're beating everybody. Top of the league. They're beating the amazing Pep Guardiola, Manchester City. Who else? Do you know what I mean? I just think this win, they can say, oh, it's only a game, it's only one game. It's more than a game. I know everyone's just saying, oh, it's only the 4th game of the season and the manager's playing it down. It's more than that. They know it's more than that. And winning, I don't care if Jose said it's just another game. He knows for a fact that if he wins, this is huge. I'm just going to try and look in the comments, see what people are talking about. Watchalong, how much of time on this game? Yeah, I think everyone's agreeing with us, Callum, that, you know, it is more than just a game.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we've got here. Let's go. Anything else from the comments? Man City's own. Actually, Callum, I haven't asked you what's your score prediction?
Score prediction.
Don't you think he is?
Alright. I'm thinking 3-1 United. I definitely.
There's a lot of boys are like that, aren't they?
Is that you, Callum?
He's
No, it's
Maddie.
Mike, you forgot to use Mike. But
I'll kick Mark from the channel, everybody. Mark doesn't exist now. This is the Dan and Callum show now. Callum, over to you.
What's yeah, score prediction 3-1. I'm gonna stick with that. I think it's gonna be 3-1. I think United are gonna win comfortably. As you were saying with Pep Guardiola, I mean, everyone says, "Oh, Pep Guardiola is this, and Pep Guardiola is the best manager in the world." Listen, let's look at the team he's managed. He managed Messi went out of Barcelona in their prime. You know what I mean? Made them pass a lot. It's easy. It's like a toddler learning to walk after a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? So I think that he's definitely not as good as everyone seems. I think that he took the City job because he doesn't like challenge. I think that he took the City job because he wants an easy ride. So if I'm going to sit here and say yes, I know he's a good manager. No denying that. But you claim that he's one of the best in the world when he's going to the best teams in the world with the easiest leagues. I mean, let's have a look at the Spanish league. Yeah, the Spanish league, you've got 3 teams. And then you look at the German league. I mean, that's a one-horse race before the season's even started. Now this is the Premier League. Yeah? If he wants to be considered one of the biggest and the best, you know, come to our league. Let's see what you got. So I definitely think that today we're gonna win easily. Not easily. I don't think it's gonna be easy, but I definitely think we are gonna win comfortably 3-1. I think that Jose, he's got the mind games that Ferguson had during his time as Man United manager. You know, and if you're already in Pep Guardiola's head, which I think is pretty easy to be inside his head, I definitely think that United are going to get a win. I just think that it's too much for City at times. They're too much trying to compare themselves to us. They're trying to get onto our level. And they talk about, oh, we've had all these titles for all these years. But it's like, you know, we've been sitting at the pinnacle for 20 plus years. And we've taken a little bit of a 2-3 year break, and now we're back. So let's see what you got, City. Let's see what you got, Pep Guardiola. We got Jose. We got United. Let's go. This is war. I don't care if this is just a game. This is war to everyone. To everyone as a Man United fan. This means so much more than just a game. United are going to win.
Absolutely. No, I agree there. I think this is going to be a historic game. I can see it. I think it's going to be full of goals. I think it's going to be end-to-end football because, you know, this is passion of the city. This is passion of being the best team in the country, I think. I think it's going to be 4-3. I'm going for 4-3. I think it's going to be a game full of goals. Rashford to get the winner. Let's have a look. Matt Davis in the comments is saying 3-0. Edwards have been a bit. Well, she's saying 21, or he's saying 21. That's not going to happen. Let's have a look. What else is going on in the comments? Sorry, guys, this is like a garbage truck on fire right now. This live stream, but stick with us. It's all fun. It's all fun and games. What else is going on here? What channel is the game on? So Sky Sports 1 if you're in the UK.
Or if you're in Australia like myself.
It's available on other things that I may not be able to mention. But yeah, so what's the time now? 10 minutes, about 20 minutes to kick off. Who do you think is going to be the first scorer, Callum?
I don't even think the first scorer will probably be Zlatan. I think Zlatan's going to score a header. Just like he killed Jose Font, he's probably going to cement that little tombstone for John Stones when he just leaps over him, hammers him to the ground, and he'll be like, rest in peace.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I think I can see Zlatan score. I can see Pogba get his first goal in this game, and him and Jesse going a bit extra with the dabs on the touchline. No, I can't wait. I'll be honest with you. I'm a bit lost for words, so I'm just excited. I want the game to get going. Oh, that's it. Look, all the fans in the background there.
Yeah,
Who was that?
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
We're getting the atmosphere. We're getting the atmosphere out in Australia. We've got a big TV. We're looking forward to the game. Right.
What's the time over there, Callum? Hello?
Sorry, one sec. I was just trying to get rid of the atmosphere. I'm trying to talk here. Everyone's jumping in. It is 7:30 at the present moment, so I'm probably going to drop off. I'm probably going to drop off in about 5 minutes because when I watch the game, it's about 20 seconds behind because the streaming here is pretty bad. I don't know what Optus is doing, but
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to drop off just before the game because I tried to do the live stream against the whole game and I was 30 seconds behind. I was like, like jumped up when Rashford scored, and I was like, yeah, this sort of thing. So yeah, definitely, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm 20 minutes kickoff. It's 7:30 here. It's an early kickoff, so. Usually, when I watched the whole game, it was about 2 a.m. in the morning. But you got to be committed as a Man United fan, and I'm committed to this team. I love this team with all my heart. So 20 times Man United. Let's go.
All right, guys. I am aware that Mark's not on it at the moment. He's just messaged me saying that I blocked him. I didn't mean to do that. Honestly, I didn't mean to do that. So give us a second, guys, and I will get Mark back into it. You know what? So, Callum, while I'm doing that, do you mind just having a quick chat to the people?
Yeah, cool. You've got a question for me just to go off of?
What do you think Pogba's impact is going to be, mate, on the match?
It's a strange one. I think if Pogba can play a similar game that he played against Southampton, where he's a box-to-box midfielder, he gets the ball, takes it in, makes the defensive tackles, is strong, keeps going, makes the attacking movements. He has a lot of shots and goals, I've noticed over the in his last couple of games. So if he can make a massive impact, get goals, make the tackles, be that strong midfielder that Man United need. We've needed a competitive midfielder for so many years. And we had him, and we lost him, and now he's going back for a world record fee. But getting Pogba back in a team that will be essential. I think that him in that middle, just to sort of dictate the play, he can be the one key that opens the door to everything. And having that player in your team is essential for Man United. We've needed that for so many years. He can have such an impact. He can change games. He can make games. He can win you games. And that's the player you need. And it's money well spent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I was just listening to Jose. Yeah, I'm trying to get Mark on. I'm listening to Jose Mourinho. It's all going on United Stand today, guys. I'm just going to go to the comments. Callum is from California, apparently.
I get it. That's right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this just in. We've got a very special guest that's just joined us. You may have seen him before. Mark, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Mark, go for it, mate.
It's all right.
Take it back, Mark.
United Stand's been
arrived.
It's been hacked, but I know a way around it. You just log in on another YouTube account. So I'm now FIFA United stan because he's blocked Mark Goldbridge. But no, fair play to Dan. He's stepped in and he's doing a great job, which I was just watching there. I don't know what we're talking about. I was just slicking my tie on for this wedding, but now I'm being attacked by a dog. Go on. Playing away today, not at home. So lovely drool all over my wedding suit. But yeah. Yeah, I was just watching while I was putting my tie on there. Pep's looking all. He's still trying to play it down that it's not a massive deal. I think City be over the moon, absolutely over the moon with the draw in this game. Hopefully they're not going to get it. I was interestingly just having a quick look then as well at what people are thinking, and I think there's a lot of. I don't think people are upset like they would have been last season, but I think there's a lot of people just a bit confused by the Lingard start, a bit confused why Martial's been dropped, a bit confused why Rooney continues to get played, and a bit confused why what more Rashford could do to start. But it's interesting, on the Rashford point, I actually would have kept him on the bench for the last half an hour. But I don't know what you two guys think about that, but Rashford for me, he is fantastic, but I think the derby's going to be tight. If it was anybody else other than Man City at home, if it was Liverpool, a lesser team like Liverpool, or even Arsenal, or but because it's the derby, I think it's going to be tight, and I think Rashford to bring off the bench is a great thing for half an hour. But I know a lot of people wanted him to start.
I'll give it over to you, Callum. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely think that Rashford, he's definitely showing his talents over the last couple of weeks. And I definitely think he's showing his quality, his top quality, and I think that the decision to put Lingard in is simply for the fact that he's Manchester born. And as much as I'd love to see Martial in there, I think you need that fire in the derby. You need that homegrown talent. We've now got Lingard, who are both from Manchester. They're both born and bred here, so they know what the derby means. And you kind of need them players in your team. You see, we've not really got any players from Manchester. We haven't had any homegrown England players for a while. So I definitely feel that putting Rashford in there to come on off the bench will be sensational. I think it will definitely. Hopefully, I really want to score. Rashford's one of the players where you just want to see him do well. You want to see him perform because you know that he can be the next Wayne Rooney, except he won't drop off in the last 5 or 6 years. I definitely think Rashford needs to play. I definitely feel he needs to get game time. He's proven so many times. I definitely feel that the inclusion of Mkhitaryan is brilliant. I've been wanting to see him for so long. It's been so aggravating. When he got injured during international break, I was just like, oh, come on, please don't do this to us. Don't do this. But they've dropped him in there. They're starting him. Jose Mourinho's put him in at the deep end. They gave him a little teaser against. Now he's in the deep end. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm probably going to have to drop off right now because I don't want to watch the game. But as I said to Dan earlier, the 30-second delay thing. So it's been a pleasure to be on for a couple of about 25, 30 minutes. And yeah, enjoy the game, people.
Cheers, Callum. Thanks.
Cheers, Callum.
A few of you moaning on our live comments to say, obviously, we're a bit raw today, which we are. It's not in the normal studio. I'm having a look at the other one, and it's making me feel sick with the rubbish grass background. The fake Man City fans who share a studio, they actually work in the same office as that full-time Devils. And the little, I told you, how long would it take for somebody to copy our little scroll along the bottom? It's taken them a week, and it's a stuttery scroll as well. So we'll be back with ours, better than theirs next week. But yeah, if you want to go and watch that, this is raw, but it's real, and that's what I'm going to say about it. But let's have a look. Please share the link. That'd be great. And has anybody asked to come on, Dan, yet?
No, I've been looking for the comments. I mean, no one's asked at all to come on. So look, the invite's there, guys. You always say when you come on, today's your chance. So yeah, I'm gonna let Mark. I'll let you lead it for a while because I know you're not going to be in the second half. So I'm sure people want to ask you a few questions or get your input on things before you leave.
Yeah, I'll have a look at the comments while we're waiting. We're about 10 minutes off from the kickoff, which is obviously getting exciting. I mean, to be honest with you, you know what? When I look at City, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe there is a little bit of arrogance in it, but I don't really have any concerns when I look at their lineup. It's not one that massively concerns me. I think even if Aguero had been fit, I still think Bailly and Blind would have dealt with him no problem. The thing that City will do, and it's like Sanya said in the week, the thing that City will do, my screen's there, so that's why I'm looking that way. I think the thing City will do is they'll try and get hold of the ball and pass it around, which I don't think Jose will be that bothered about. Don't expect them to have loads of possession, though, because it is Old Trafford. It is an excited Old Trafford this season, and I don't think we would accept them having 80% of possession of the ball. Like I said, it doesn't really matter if they do, but I certainly wouldn't be overly concerned if they do have a lot of possession. It's what you do in the final third. For me, if we're going to win this game, you know, Zlatan has bullied Wes Morgan, who's a very good defender. He's bullied Fonte. John Stones is, you know, a gust of wind will knock him down. He's a young lad. He's got no real strength. And that's what we should be looking to do. The little dinky crosses from Luke Shaw. If you watch my FIFA Predicts game, we won it 2-0. And we got Luke Shaw in down the left with a little dinky cross. Zlatan, boom. We know Valencia can do it from the right-hand side. So that's what we need to be doing. We need to be using the width. We need to be putting some balls into the box, because I think strength and power is where we'll win this game, especially when you look at the likes of Pogba as well, Fellaini, Bailly. We need to put some crosses into the box. Diar saying he's waiting for this game since it got cancelled in Asia. Yeah, I forgot about that in the pre-season. Man City got an excellent goalkeeper now, Gabriel. Don't agree. He's not somebody who's ever really registered with me in world football. I mean, he's probably a decent keeper, but he's not somebody I would have thought, yeah, let's go and sign him. Zlatan, says Mr. Pineapple, bound for the elbow. You guys are showing the game, right? No, it's a watch along. Nobody will be allowed to show the game, unfortunately. So you just tune in and watch it along with us. Mark, when you're on Fan TV and Nigel was saying Zlatan the pensioner, it looked like you wanted to burst out laughing. You've got to be professional on Fan TV, but he's just full of it, absolutely full of it. Can I come on? Says JD Gaming 123. If you're on Twitter, mate, you can. Just let us know what your @ is, and then Dan will send you the link. Get crosses in and bully Stones, says Ajay. I agree with that. Jack Webb, I love you. Nice of you, Jack. Bravo is better with his feet than he is with his hands. Not good for a keeper, but I know what you mean. So's De Gea. He should have slapped the Cornish pasty down. Guys, what channel? Bravo is no David De Gea. John Stones is no Bay. Very good point. That's from Funny Letters and then Mullen, but very good. Does anyone know how to watch this game? Yes, you turn the telly on and it's got football and you sit and watch it. Being pedantic. No, I don't. It's on Sky over here. Is there any sites to watch the game on? We don't release those. FIFA. So 8 minutes from the kickoff. Dan, I don't know whether I've not spoken to you for a week. What's your score predictions on this game? How do you think it's going to go?
4-3. I'm going for big. 4-3. I just think it's going to be that game where it's just I can see this being rumble in the jungle, the alley. Like I can just see a huge match. It's going to be a swinging match. I really think I don't care if Aguero's not playing. I think Jose needs to win this. He wants to win this. He must win this for his ego, for his self-worth. And Pep feels the same way. I don't care if they play it down. And we feel the same way. Man City fans feel the same way. Man United feel the same way. The clubs feel the same way. We need to lay down the marker. I know Chelsea's doing well, but the reality is the eyes of the football world is on Manchester. The eyes of the football world are on these two teams, on these two managers. They want to win this match. And with wanting to win this match, I think it's going to open the game a lot. You know, if they start attacking or they have more possession than us, Jose is going to say, get stuck in, get that ball back, go for the goal. I can just see it. I can see an open field day, and I can see 4-3, Marcus Rashford winner.
Love that. I mean, I don't think there will be that many goals in it, but we would love that. Maybe. I mean, you never know how it's going to go, but my concerns are it's after an international break. It's a Saturday lunchtime. They tend to be quite slow, especially after an international break. So I think it will be tight, 1-0, 2-1 United. But I think if it goes loads of goals, I think they could get demoralised. I think Man City, as we all know, they've got the backbone of a jelly baby, and I think if we can get a couple of early goals at Old Trafford, the crowd would be up for it. I think they'd fold. I don't think they've got any leaders in that team. So I think we'll either win it tight or I think we'll win it well. But I think we will win it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know what? I feel like if we can get a good couple early goals, yeah, Jose's going to say, go for it. Go for the throat and take him out. You know, he said one of the most embarrassing parts of his ever professional career was losing that 5-0 to Barcelona when he was at Real Madrid under Barcelona under Pep. If he could do something back in the Premier League, he would love to do it. He would love to do it. So I think he says we go for it. We go for it. We show them that we are the biggest club in Manchester and we are the biggest club in this country. and let's go for it. I'm excited. 6 minutes to kick off. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think the way the game will start is I think it will be quite cagey. I think City will probably keep hold of the ball a bit at the start, but you know what? It doesn't matter if they can have 5 minutes of the ball as long as we put the ball in their box when we've got it. Use the width. I mean, the thing for me is that that City fans are talking about Sterling as if he's Messi, and with all due respect, he was an absolute embarrassment for England in the summer. And as much as I suppose you can flip it around onto the consistent point that I've made about Fellaini. He's doing really well this season, but it's 3 games in 3 years. And you can flip that the same for Sterling. He's played well for what, two or 3 games, having had a shocking year last year. So I think the jury's out on him. I'm not worried about him at all. I think the massive difference between Sterling and Rashford is that you look at Rashford and he's so smooth in the way he finishes. Sterling just doesn't look like a natural finisher to me. But yeah, I'm interested to watch some of the other players that City have got. I think David Silva's come back into form this year, and I've always, apart from the fact that he wears a Man City shirt, I've always quite liked the way he plays football. De Bruyne, got a lot of time for him. He's a good player. I don't know whether Nolito is starting for them, but he's decent. Otamendi, he's going to have to battle with Zlatan. But I'm relishing so many of the battles on the pitch. Contrary to what Dan was saying, I think form suggests that Rooney might have a bad game, but I've got a funny feeling that he's £300,000 a week player. He's the captain of Manchester United. He has been very poor for 2 years, but he's not. He's still Wayne Rooney. He's still somewhere got a performance in him. And if you can't get yourself up for a derby, I've just got a funny feeling you might do something today. So the Rooney lovers, you might be in for a bit of a shout. But I hope Mickey shows what he's all about, says Philo. That's one of the most exciting things about this lineup. I mean, I'm really surprised that Lingard's come in. I'm disappointed Martial's been dropped. Really surprised that Lingard's come in. But pleasantly surprised that Mkhitaryan's playing, because he should have been playing for a while. And I'm excited to see what he can do. It's looking like Lingard's out on the left. So that would mean that Lingard's actually been brought in for Martial, which baffles me. But let's just see how it goes. At the end of the day, I don't care too much as long as we win.
No, absolutely. And you know what? I give Rooney, looking at Rooney and he's in the tunnel coming out. He looks focused. He looks determined. You know what? And I'll be honest with you. Well, we all know what happened when he went through that bad spell, and he scored that overhead kick against City. So he can come up with those wonders here and there. He does look focused. I'm not going to slate anybody yet. We haven't even kicked off.
So just quickly, the team there, for people who don't know it from City, they're playing that Iheanacho up front, Nolito on the left, and Sterling on the right with De Bruyne and Silva. And then obviously the bench, they've got Sane on the bench. Their bench doesn't look that great to me. Sane, Navas. Our bench looks a lot stronger with the likes of Rashford and Martial and Mata, Schneidlin, Herrera. Our bench looks a lot stronger with the home team. We surely win it.
Oh yeah, I think we win this game. It's weird because City is a good team. It's you hate saying that, but they are a good team. But I have no fear. I literally have no fear for this game. Something could go wrong, but I'm not even thinking about it going wrong. I'm just thinking about this win. I'm thinking about the win. I'm excited. Just wanting to get going.
It's interesting with Fellaini. Yeah, no, it's interesting with Fellaini as well, because I look at Fellaini there on the pitch, and he's walking around like he is confident. You've got to give, whether you like him or not, you've got to give Jose that nod, really, because he's given him that confidence and he is playing with some confidence. So I think I've been quite consistent about Fellaini. I think he will fail at some point because I just don't think he's a top footballer, a top 4-side player. But I don't want it to happen today, because we don't want to lose this today at all. But I want him to have a good game today. I want him to have a good game every week. I want him to have a good game for the last 3 years. But my worry is that City are a very quick passing team, and that doesn't suit Fellaini. People who are quick and move the ball around. So we've got to help him out. But we've got such a good informed back four, and De Gea really has had his slippers on for the last few weeks. So I think Luke Shaw there as well, fantastic player. So I refuse to look beyond a result that is positive and 3 points for United. But it's about to kick off and we're about to find out.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a quick one. Joanne Holberg said, "Where's the clock?" If you guys are just joining us, Mark's actually not in where he normally should be in the United Stand studio. So we're literally doing it raw, uncut. Mark could be leaving at half time. He has a wedding to attend, so that's why it's like this. But yeah, bear with us, guys, and we'll try and make it as good and as fun as possible. We've kicked off now. Back over to Mark.
Yeah, well, it's definitely, there's a decision on whether you do nothing or something. And, I appreciate this is not up to our normal visual standard, but ultimately it's about interaction and discussion about, the derby doesn't need graphics, does it? It's the Manchester derby. We're sat watching it, and hopefully it'll be 4-0 at half time and it'll be over. And I won't need to worry about the second half because I'm going to be watching it on my phone. Well, I won't be watching it on my phone. I'll be keeping the updates on my phone, but I will do a match reaction at some point this afternoon on the channel. But we are off. It is off, and it's City on the ball as we expected.
Yeah, I mean,
you can check my tie actually while I'm there. It's a bit of a mirror for.
Yeah, I'll leave the camera mainly on you because I know I'm going to be mainly on the second half. So that's how we do it for now.
Yeah, well. I mean, one
fun.
of the interesting things about this derby, and somebody said it in the week, is I hope we see a couple of tasty tackles, which is what I would look. If Rudy wants to start winning the crowd back, because he's going to get picked every week, so I'd rather he's doing well. Fly in there with a couple of tackles. I mean, Clattenburg is the referee. I don't know whether people are aware of that. He is the referee. He's a bit of a concern, but some people think he's pro Jose. But it's a good start. Really excited about Mkhitaryan. There's an opportunity to put a cross in the box here from Valencia. Put it in the box. That is where. It doesn't have to be pretty. Put it in the box, and Zlatan will put it in the onion basket.
And don't you think sometimes that's a slight negative to Valencia's game? Sometimes he gets down there, and it's like he has like a brain fart. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, you're spot on. He does. He could have put it in there, and he didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing from the first minute or so, from a tactical point of view, is that De Bruyne is sort of attaching himself to Fellaini, which, is, from a United point of view, is good. Because Fellaini is big, and I'd rather De Bruyne was attaching him than Silva, because that means that City might try and play a few long balls, which will play into Fellaini's hands. Hayraz saying that United looking good already. It started off quite fast. There's pressing from United and City trying to keep hold of the ball, but give it 10 minutes and let's see where we are. Because I do have a concern that because it's after the international. I mean, De Bruyne, Bravo's nearly playing as a sweeper there. But that's what they bought him for. It's a good ball there from City. Oh, it was a decent cross as well.
Yeah.
No City striker got near it, but it was a good cross.
Any thought on that cross that could have went in?
Pogba on a run.
Man,
yeah, that's what he needs. That's what he needs. Pogba just going past the player there. They tried to get a foul out of it, but it wasn't a foul because he's got the ball. Need to get the crowd up. It's a good ball, defence splitting ball. De Bruyne with the cross puts it right on the penalty box, but there's no City forward near it, to be honest. And I think Blind and Shaw were sure that there wasn't going to be a City player near it. So decent cross, but nothing to be concerned about.
Do you think Fellaini should have done better there intercepting that through ball, Mark?
Whether you like Fellaini or not, he is what he is, and ultimately we said it before the game. He's never going to be. The sort of Kante, Makaleli defensive midfielder. He's just not, even Matuidi, that sort of fast into the tackle. He's a bit like, trying to think of a good analogy. He's a bit like something that it takes him a while to get going, and they've just won a corner there. But De Bruyne looks sharp, he does look sharp. But they're good players. They are good players,
Pep looks like he's doing his best Rafa Benitez impression with his hand gestures.
Yeah, Pep's up on the side already, but I just don't get caught cold. That's the thing. It is after an international break. Jose's up on the touchline as well, but it is after the international break. You can get caught a bit cold. We were saying before, it'd be nice to see United go 2 or 3-0 up in the first half and really destroy City. The good thing about United is it doesn't really matter. Is that we are a good team on the break.
Absolutely.
So look at your comments. Let us know on the live comments where you're all watching from. I appreciate that it's 12:30 kickoff in the UK, but I know Let us know what time it is as well. It's always interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of you in Australia and all around the world watching at weird times, but I don't think anybody would begrudge this. It's not a Louis van Gaal game away to Stoke, is it? It's Jose in charge, home against Manchester Derby.
Mm-hmm.
But City are putting some decent balls in at the moment. It's hard to tell, Dan, where it's sort of going wrong at the moment, because they are dominating the midfield. It might be because they've got an extra man. Defence is standing firm. I'm not losing any sleep about it, but they are finding a lot of ball in the final third around De Bruyne and Silva. But that's Pogba and Fellaini's responsibility. It's not just Pogba and Rooney as well. He's part of that midfield three.
Absolutely, yeah. And we don't want to get into position so early on that we feel like being caged into our box. We need to really start pushing out, I think, a bit more. I don't know. I'm a bit concerned about all the balls they seem to be slipping through us. So,
I mean, Pogba already looks better, but I mean, he was good in the home game against Southampton. He was quiet against Hull. Lingard, I hope he can have a good game. He's sort of given the ball away there, and I just wonder why he's actually in the team. But City have started off far the better. Yeah, but as I keep saying, defensively we do look sound. It's just the midfield. Like Lingard was quite sloppy there. He's lost the ball again there. He's looking very sloppy from Lingard on 2 occasions. Don't know whether you picked up on that yourself on the comments or that. Dan.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm literally just really adjusting and just trying to read what we're actually looking to do here. Lingard, it looks is he not rusty, but just doesn't look like he's had match form and match play really.
He's got every right to be, hasn't he? This is what I mean. I was really surprised by it because we were talking about, I wouldn't have dropped Fellaini. I was glad he was injured because he wasn't injured because you want that continuity. He's a bit of a break here from Rooney if he can play the ball, and he hasn't. Oh, he has. Mkhitaryan with a bit of pace. Pogba's going to hit that. Ooh, just over.
Wasn't a bad attempt.
Meter further down.
Wasn't a bad attempt.
Yeah, it was a good little break. Mkhitaryan on the right lays it into Pogba about 30 yards out. He curls it. It's the right shot. It's just a meter too high. But that's what we're talking about. Doesn't matter how much ball City have. It just takes one little bit on the break. But just going back to that about Lingard, I was saying this about Fellaini. I wouldn't have dropped Fellaini today for Schneiderlin, even if long term that's what I want to say want to happen. Because dropping Schneiderlin into a game like this when he's not played, of course he's going to be rusty. But you can sort of see that from Lingard. He looks rusty. To chuck him into this game, I don't know. But let's hope it's just the first 5 minutes and he'll grow into it. But he's had a couple of rusty touches, which in a game of this magnitude, I would have played Martial. That doesn't mean I'm not pro Jose because I am, but I despise these fans who say, "Oh, you've just got to back the manager in everything he does." I've supported United for over 20 years with Sir Alex, and week in, week out, I'd say, what's he doing with his lineup? Because that's what fans do. That is what fans do, isn't it? But that's what he gets paid the money for. We don't get paid the money. So hopefully his decision will be, at the end, we'll go, brilliant. But yeah, City having a lot of good ball in the final third. Can't argue with that. That's not a free kick. I think that was a free kick. De Bruyne getting away from Bailly, but Bailly did actually get a touch on it. I'm sure he did.
No, he didn't. That's free kick.
He absolutely clattered him, to be fair. Fair play to the ref because he probably could have given a yellow card there.
See that everybody stat on there? He has the best passing accuracy in the Premier League, 96%. Everybody.
Shaquille's saying, put the timer on, please. Shaquille, I'm really sorry. We've got no overlays. We've got no timer this week. It is raw as it comes. It is raw as war because it's the Manchester Derby. For people who watch the United stand, Danny's running it. I'm actually going to a wedding at some point in the second half. So I'm not at home, which is why we've not got the normal overlays, the timers, anything like that. It was simply, do we have a watch along or do we not have a watch along? And you've got to watch along, but it will be the raw thing, I'm afraid. But you're still going to get the same interaction and the same opinions on the game. So Suman says, show us the match and not your face. Suman's obviously very new. If you are new to the United Stand, we will be live tomorrow night as per usual with the United Stand Sunday Night Live show at 8:30. Live content every day. So do please get involved. But it's the derby. That's what we're doing it for. We want to give our thoughts on it. Bailly was a bit reckless there, HRR. I totally agree with that. And Eddie C says, if Martial and Rashford both come off the bench, the tempo will change and City will struggle. Eddie C, I totally agree with that. I think, you know what, if it's half an hour to go and it's 0-0 and you can bring Rashford and Martial on, I don't know whether you saw the City bench, but, you know, Sane and Navas are really their threats. You look at our bench, you've got the likes of Mata, Rashford, Martial. You know, again, Memphis nowhere near it, and you shouldn't be near it. And for those people who are concerned about the likes of Memphis, etc., Darmian, not even on the bench today, remember Europa League kicks in this Thursday, and that will be our next watch along where we'll have all the graphics and everything. So I think that's Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Europa League. Welcome to the Europa League. Luke Shaw's just done a... Oh, come on. That's Mkhitaryan there losing a ball.
Oh, dear.
Valencia's done really well. Good defensive play by Valencia because he was away from Bailly. Mkhitaryan's also look. I mean, this is the risk. I'll float it back to you, Dan, as well. You know, I love Mkhitaryan, but he's had a couple of rusty touches as well. And I suppose this is the problem. You know, you put Lingard and Mkhitaryan in there, they're rusty. You can understand why they're rusty.
Yeah, and that's what how do you have the rust? Like, they haven't got, as LBG used to say, and rhythm. They haven't got the match rhythm. They haven't been playing, so they haven't got that match rhythm to keep sort of. I just don't understand why you put Mkhitaryan and Lingard in today. But both of them playing the last few matches, I don't see how that worked out. But I think you do one or the other, and then you introduce the other. It's not. I think it's a bit tricky. I'm a bit concerned at the moment, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Sorry, no. I said, I was basically asking you, does that concern you that that he put two people that didn't have match rhythm in the team?
Yeah, it does. It does, but it's a brave decision. But ultimately, I suppose this is what he gets paid for, isn't it? If he gets it right, he gets it right.
Yeah, absolutely. But the way this game seems to be going at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if they scored first. Well, hang on, I get it. Attack here.
There's an overlap on the left there. He should have gone for that because it was Latan.
See, this is what I mean. It's end-to-end stuff. I mean, they're dominating the possession, but you know, you wouldn't be surprised if we score first or they score first. It's that sort of game at the moment. It's just nothing's really settled down. If they try something, we're trying something, but it seems like the things they're trying has a bit more substance to it than us. Just looking in the comments, Mickey has been far from impressive so far. Says Sam the man in the comments. Yeah, I think so as well. But again, as we keep saying, this probably sounds like a broken record now. I think it's just down to that match rhythm that he hasn't had. He's only made a few substitute appearances, so you know that's what I'm guessing the rustiness comes from. Mark?
Yeah, I'm just sort of watching the game a bit, and I think it's very. Oh, Rooney's just giving it away there. He's not doing himself any favours there. It is a bit scrappy. It is a bit rusty. I think City are trying to get their flow on. We're trying to sort of hit them on the break. Lingard's just controlled the ball and put it out for a throw-in, which is really rusty from him as well. But 15 minutes in, it is exactly what I thought would happen in the first game. It's an international break. It's come back. It's a Saturday lunchtime kickoff, and it's a bit rusty. It's a bit rusty, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. Just after the international, it's an early kickoff, and it's just all a bit plastered on and stapled together. That's just how it's looking at the moment. You know, this is what I hate about teams as well, with that love just to dominate in possession. I think it slows down the game, and I think it makes it a bit boring at the moment. I don't know. Oh, hang on.
Here's Mkhitaryan down the right with a bit of a break anyway. And that's what you want to see. He's got three players around him, but you know, City are obviously going to try and Rooney again. It's not, to be honest, Dan. It's sort of fitting in with what you said. You know, Rooney hasn't started fantastically well. Probably shouldn't have been surprised, but there you go.
No, I'm not surprised at all. But I'm not going to go on my rant yet. Oh shit!
1-0 City. Well, there you go. Who do you blame for that? Do you go back as far as Rooney giving it away?
I do. It goes back. Oh, look, I'm sure Jose's going to fucking kick it up the arse now, but that's what I think we do go back to Rooney, because if you look here, it's just there's no closing down. There's no alertness.
Daley Blind is, you know what, in fairness to Daley Blind, I could absolutely bury Daley Blind, but he's absolutely caught in no man's land there. He's committed himself, and Bailly as well should win that first header. It's poor.
It looks like we're just standing around like zombies. Is it the fear of losing the match, or what? I don't see. And again, look, City again
City
on the
attack.
attack
Break again here at the moment.
Come on, guys. I mean, we need a Zlatan and a Pogba to stand up and drag this game back in our favour.
Early days. It's early days. There's a long time to go, but we definitely didn't want to be going behind. They're going to have to step it up a bit. And I tell you what, it comes back to what I've been saying for a long time, and a lot of you've been saying. You know, if Wayne Rooney thinks he should be in the team, then today is the game to do it. And Lingard's lost control of it again. Lingard is absolutely shocking. He needs to be subbed.
Yeah, and it is early in the game. I agree with that, but I'm not being funny. But there's a few people in press playing right now. We're 1-0 down to City. Okay, 16 minutes, but their touches are atrocious. I mean, it's early subs. You may need to make an early sub. You may need to.
Jose is the king of early subs. I've seen him do subs after 20 minutes before. On Twitter, people are giving him Blind is getting the blame. Marty says Blind is at fault. Samir says Blind ball watching. Mark Petty says Blind ball watching. But I think as a defender, they're trying to give him the blame here as well. But it's Bay who doesn't win the first ball, and as a defender, Blind is like he's on the back foot. He can't, he's either got to take him out and give a red card. Or I don't blame Blind for that. He either takes him out and it's a red card, or it's the first motion of play really. Bailly gives Ichinachi or whatever his name is a free header.
Yeah, I think for me, you can't take him out. You can't go down to 10 men this early on in the game. You take the goal, and you don't want to be playing City with 10 men. Not in Pep sort of tactics. You'll be just running around. I'm just watching it again. I just feel like the whole sort of the two central defenders and in front of them, it just seemed very zombified. It was like no one was really focusing on what was actually happening there. And if you look at it, City look like they're playing at home. They look like the more determined team at the moment, which is quite concerning. Pogba on the run here. Who's with him? Give him something.
City definitely got the tails up at the moment.
Really? We got a corner here? Yeah, it's a corner. See, straight away, you throw it over to Pogba and Zlatan, something starts happening then. Zlatan gets a corner.
Well, this is where United have got the advantage because of the height. You got Bailly, Fellaini, Pogba, Zlatan, but United's problem for over a year is we haven't scored from a corner, so it's all about the delivery, and Rooney's on it. Too much. You've got to put a cross has got to be attacked. It's too the thighs offside.
Oh, I love Zlatan's such an elegant player, isn't he? I think he just does that of nothing. Didn't really worry the keeper, but it was just a nice move by Zlatan there.
Well, I tweeted out less than a minute ago that what did I tweet? I said Lingard needs to be subbed off 4 times. He's miscontrolled it, atrocious, and it's had 37 retweets in 2 minutes. So I'd say we're on safe ground to say that there's a lot of people believe in that. I don't like to slag off the manager, but I don't agree with Lingard being in the team. I think he's a passenger at the moment, and so is Rooney. But Luke Shaw trying to get forward there.
It feels like we're lacking a real bit of pace at the moment. I'm so surprised.
It's 1-0 Dreams, David, to City at the moment. A really soft goal, and I sort of blame Rooney because he'd given the ball away at the start of the process. But to be fair, it's Bailey's fault. He's got to do better. He's got to win that first ball. I don't understand. I'm not Blind's biggest fan. I think if you play Blind as a centre-back over a season, you won't win a title. But I'm not going to blame him for that goal because I think he's either got to come out with an absolute spot-on tackle, which is, 9 times out of 10 he won't make it, or he's got to just stand there in no man's land and let De Bruyne go through. Because if he tries to tackle him, he takes him out, it's a red card. So I don't understand why Daley Blind's getting the blame for that. I can't really hear what they said on Sky, but for me, it's Bailey not winning the first header.
Yeah, I can see that, but again, I think it was a mixture of everyone for me. I'm not gonna zero in on one person. I just think the team's not focusing. They seemed a bit shocked, a bit nervous, and you can really see it in their play and their passing. So I'm blaming it on all of them. If I'm honest with you. See, Sterling's 1-on-1. I don't know. It just seems like from the whole 11 just seem more confident than us, or in all their squad. It's quite concerning.
I knew this would happen. We'll be absolutely shocking first half, and then I'll have to go to this wedding, and I'll be just sat there, tension. I wanted it to be like 3 or 4-0 at half time, and I still would have been tension, thinking City could come back in. But I don't want to be. I mean, this game is just passing us by really quickly at the moment. I don't know what everyone else at home thinks, but he's absolutely flying by, and
still feels like it's still for me. Not only is it flying by, it feels like we haven't even done anything. We haven't started yet.
I think I was just giving a handball away. Lingard and Rooney are contributing to one of their worst performances I've seen in a long time. And I think Lingard just looks like a little boy, lost. And whether that's down to his ability or whether it's down to the fact that he hasn't actually played this season and he's rusty and he's been thrown in. City haven't made any changes really apart from their striker, and they look like a team. We just look totally lost, and I don't know. Yeah, we are. We seem just so. I'm a bit concerned now. I can see us going 2-0 down. I really can. A lot of people on Twitter have just said I don't understand why people are blaming Blind because he's in an awful position that if he tries to make a tackle and misses, it's a red card. And a lot of people disagree. They want to blame Blind for it. But there we go.
Let's have a look at the comments. What's everyone saying on the comments? Rooney retire. We were right about Lingard. It's just, I don't know. Jose's not an idiot. He can clearly. Oh, see that? Do you see that, Mark?
Yeah. Let's see, snatch it off.
Bust up there with Rooney and Pep.
Well, he's probably just won himself a load of friends there.
He has. He's earned the point with me now. A bit of passion from the captain. I've been on his back all season, to be fair.
Zlatan's looking off as well. Oh God, they're in again.
No.
That defense is just getting split apart, and I'm trying to sort of figure out.
Oh my!
I'm trying to figure out why that is. Whether it's because Fellaini and Pogba are getting just dominated because they're slow.
They're tearing for our team at the moment. They're making us look like a middle of the table club. We really are. We're chasing their shadows currently.
Well, I'm just tweeting this out. Rooney, Fellaini, and Pogba are just too slow for the City midfield, and we are getting hammered in the midfield.
Yeah, seriously. We need to inject some pace. Mark, a gun to your head, a football gun to your head. Who do you pull the trigger on now and bring on?
Right. Well, he's warming up his subs, but some of City players. Lingard's got to come off, but that wouldn't solve the midfield. Is the problem? There's not enough pace in the team. What have we got on the bench? I'd actually consider. I don't know what people on the live comments think. I would actually consider getting Herrera on because he's quick and he'll bite into the tackle. In fact, Gunshi's just said bring Herrera on. Spot on, mate. I'm glad I just licked onto the live comments there. I think he's spot on. We've got no pace in the midfield. And City are putting ball after ball into our box. And if they get another one, it's over. That's a good turn by Rooney. Now Mkhitaryan's got space. This is an opportunity. He's got a lot of space. Put the cross in. This is what you're there. Bad cross from Mkhitaryan. Bad cross from Mkhitaryan.
Which is quite rare. I mean, that's the sort of thing he pulls out his locker easily. Those sort of crosses. I'm
and yes,
concerned.
Jonathan would like Herrera as well.
I think we need
Midfield
pace.
running out.
Pace for me. I think.
What would you do, Dan? Would you make a change?
And I don't want to say it for the sake of saying it, but I want to I want to see Mkhitaryan operate in that number 10 role. So I would bring Watchalong for Rooney. I'll put Mkhitaryan in the 10 and Watchalong out right. That's what I would do. Because he's not
Rooney again.
He's not doing nothing. It's just a lumbering. You know, for me, forget me saying Rooney. Just put anyone's name on the back of his shirt. That player there is not doing nothing currently in this game.
Well, Rooney's probably nearly just got himself a bit sent off there. No.
He's asking.
It's not. No, there's nothing in that one. The first tackle was worse, and he's clutching his face for some reason.
He probably won't get sent off though, because the Old Trafford crowd is chanting his name.
Yeah, that's only because he shoved Pep.
Yeah.
United man says we're not utilising our midfield, our wingers, which is true. We're not. You know, I did say this before the game started, and I'm not digging Fellaini out, but he's going to struggle against small, quick players, and City are full of small, quick players. And for the first time ever, Blind and Bailly don't look so assured.
Absolutely. Yep. What's in there? Oh. Come on, Zlatan.
It's like Otamendi is the man sticking himself next to Zlatan, which is unfortunate. But oh god, he's lucky then because Fellaini got skinned in the box by Nolito, who is causing Valencia. I mean, Valencia again. I said this: when somebody runs at him, it's a different story, isn't it? He's played 3 games against teams that don't attack, and Rooney's showing passion, says Lewis. Well, that should be a standard in a derby, mate. I'd rather he showed a first touch.
What do you think of the possession stats, Mark? 64. Do you think that means anything? Do you think that's? I
think it means something, Dan, because we're losing 1-0. If it was 0-0, I wouldn't be that bothered because possession doesn't mean anything. But it's offside.
Offside. I thought that was a penalty.
Sorry, knocked it past the keeper, but it was going to go for a goal kick anyway, and he was offside. Yeah, so going back to the possession stats, you know, we had like 80% possession under Van Gaal and still drew games last year, so it doesn't really mean anything. But if you're winning, of course it means something. So, you know, City have been the better team, they've had the better ball. I'm starting to get a bit anxious because I said I couldn't see us losing this game, but unfortunately, the bottom line is we haven't turned up in this game yet. We're playing with 9 men as well because Lingard's not doing anything. Rooney's not playing that well. Pogba's gone very quiet again. You know, there's a lot of players who are playing half a game. I'm not saying that Rooney's useless. I think the one player who is useless is Lingard. But there's a few people like Rooney, Pogba, Ibrahimovic, who are just not at the races. I think I'd feel sorry for our defence, but you know what? I sort of suspected this might be the problem anyway. We've played teams who I think there's at least 12 teams better than the 3 teams we've played already in the league. We're playing one of the better teams in the league. Our defence is getting tested, and you know, positionally, Valencia's suspect. Blind, was he at fault for the goal or not? I don't know. I don't really think he was. Bailly, we always knew he'd adapted brilliantly, but you know, he's young, he's going to make mistakes. I think he had to go and absolutely take Iheanacho out to let a striker win an uncontested flick on like that. It's always got the potential to leave you in problems, and it did. Yeah, no, absolutely. But this is the worst thing you want because United have lost confidence. They're 1-0 down, and the City will now pass it around. Jose's got to make changes. I would have made a change by now. We're half an hour in. I would have made a change. It's brave, but you've got 3 subs. Do it.
Do you think he waits the half-time mark now?
Well, I think he is going to wait till half time, but I wouldn't have. I think it shows. I suppose he doesn't want to. I suppose he doesn't want to. I know he has done it in the past. I remember him doing it for Chelsea, but maybe he hasn't made subs after half an hour against the big teams. No, you see, Fellaini's
Look at that.
He's done well. He did well.
Yeah,
but he's on the edge. I mean, people are applauding Fellaini then, but he was right on the edge of giving something away. But that's what. But you know, that's good from Fellaini. He's having a bit of a fight with Nolito. I didn't know a lot about Nolito, but he's causing our team a lot of problems. AJS says confidence would be killed if he made a change now, Mark. I mean, I think that's the problem, isn't it? It's a derby game. I don't know whether confidence would be killed if you're taking a player off who's not playing well. What I think it would do, and what I think he's opposed to doing, is it's an admission that Pep's beaten you in the first half an hour and you've had to change to plan B, sorry. And I think that's maybe what he doesn't want to do. But we're getting schooled at Old Trafford, says Dance Fever. I think the interesting thing is, you know, I'll throw it to the live comments. What is it that's going wrong? What is it that's going wrong? Something's going wrong. It's not just, you know, obviously we're losing 1-0 and you can say that there was individual mistakes there, but it's going wrong a lot.
It is.
Pogba,
hang on.
They're just tenacious into the ball. City are very tenacious into the ball. Their first touch is good. Their tackle is good. Their passing is good, whereas ours is probably about half a yard slower.
I think we definitely come out in the second half swinging totally different. I have no qualms about that because
City are like a yard quicker than us. That's the problem.
Yeah. Exactly, and there's no excuses for that. You know, everyone had international players away. They've got Aguero missing. Like, come on, like, there's no excuses. We need to be better than this. And I think Rashford comes in second half for me. Don't know where, but he comes in second half.
I'd make 3 subs. I'd get Rashford, Martial, and Herrera on. It brings pace into the team, and you just go for it. You go for it.
Yeah, I'd make 3 subs. Just turn it into a FIFA match.
Well, let's not forget. I would as well. But let's not forget, City will be over the moon with a draw. Absolutely over the moon.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think they're
getting so much space. That's Fellaini's fault there, because they're getting space in behind, between the gaps, between the midfield and the defence. We're hanging on here, Dan. I don't care what anybody says. We are hanging on, and I don't know whether anybody disagrees.
We're hanging on. We're playing poor. If we get to half time, it just being 1-0, I'll be honest with you, I'll be happy. Because the amount of times they've been in and around our box is quite terrifying, actually, if you think about it. They shouldn't be getting the sort of space that they're getting.
There's no way that's a foul from Fellaini there. That's not a penalty.
No.
But you know what? Pogba needs to do more. I know he's getting used to it, but there's an overlap there. Luke Shaw, you need to be bombing on. You need to put that ball into the box.
Oh.
It's not a good ball into the box.
No, it's not at all. It just annoys me. We need to put a stamp on it, because you know what City people are like in the media. They'll be all over this if we can't pick ourselves up.
Their friends saying that they're just better. They are better at the moment, but you know, Lingard's like a little boy lost.
Yeah,
and
he is.
You know what? What annoys me is you've got this City player, Ian Achi, who they think's better than Rashford, and the bottom line is, of course, he's not better than Rashford, but at the moment he is, because he's on the pitch. You know, Rashford isn't. This is the problem. And to be fair, like, you know, he is causing Bay problems for whatever reason.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. I think the problem's defenders get scared of quick players, even though Bay is quick as well. When you have someone quick run that, oh no, that's great. In the end, it turns to nothing. There, the ball. Look, even De Gea's like, where am I throwing the ball to? Who am I throwing the ball to?
The crowd are getting a bit, you know, honeymoon's over, I think.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, and the end, you know, you look at it. If we can't pick up this performance, then it does start. You do have to question it. I don't care if it's early in the season. Is it the fact that we've played teams that are not easier, but teams that we should be beating? because at the moment this is the first biggish game, and we are not performing.
Well, they've
At
just
home as well.
we've just pressed that from their goalkeeper, and they've comfortably gone back to the goalkeeper, played 2 or 3 passes, and took out 5 of our pressing players. That's a concern. You know, when you say, does tiki-taka working in the British game? It worked well then.
It was working well there.
But then again, our players that are pressing, I mean, if City don't go in 2-0, it'll be an absolute miracle. 2-0. 2-0.
I'm lost for words. Absolutely lost for words. At the same time, as sad as it sounds, I'm not shocked. Mark?
Oh, it's just devastating. Well, no, I'm not devastated. I mean, I just said literally before that goal that if United go in, you can't. So they totally deserve to be 2-0 up. I've just, Jose's first big mistake is putting Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, definitely. Jesse shouldn't be in this game. I'm sorry. Jesse's fine as for play. He should not be playing against Manchester City in the first start. He shouldn't be playing. I'm sorry. He shouldn't have been selected. He should not have been selected. What warrants his selection over Martial? Or even Rashford?
It is embarrassing. There's a lot of people saying it's embarrassing on the comments section. Dominated completely, says Carmichael. Totally agree with that. Outclassed. Manchester is blue. Manchester will never be blue. It might be temporary blue tonight, but it'll never be blue. What is Lingard doing on the pitch? Says Manchester United fans. He's lost the ball multiple times. Totally agree with that. Game over. Man City will win the title, says Ray Donovan. Too early for that. Hi, says Joe Chim. We're playing with 10 men, but we're being dominated in the midfield. There's too much pace from City, and United haven't been able to live with it. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be really honest. From a tactical point of view, this is why playing Fellaini as a defensive midfielder doesn't work.
Come on.
See, Rooney's always wanting to go to the right, finally goes to the left, and it's a bad pass. Tell you what, Dan, you've got an interesting second half, mate.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels just we need to make changes. I think he knows it now. He needs to come out swinging. We're 2-0 down at home. If we don't come out swinging in the second half, then seriously, inquisitions will start happening already because it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. I'm lost for words, Mark, mate. I mean, you must be going into this wedding just going to have this on your mind, really, thinking, what the hell?
Have a drink.
Yeah.
8:00.
Come on.
They're not 2-0.
Yeah.
Got me.
And it's 2-0.
Oh.
What the hell's going on?
What do you think Jose's thoughts are, Mark? What do you think is going through his mind at the moment?
Oh, he's getting embarrassed and humiliated by his biggest rival, isn't he? It's not, it's not nice, is it? But he's not going to. He's definitely the right man to manage Manchester United. Even if we got 5-0 tonight, I'd still think that. But I do think some of his picks over the first few weeks of the season, we've been quite consistent with it, saying, why will we ever play Mata as a right midfield? Why are we playing Fellaini as a defensive midfielder? And I don't care what anybody says. The midfield is getting dominated because it's slow. Whether it's Rooney who gets dropped, whether it's Fellaini who gets dropped, you can't play both of them. They're too slow. And the Lingard selection today is baffling. I mean, even from a certain point of view, I think the Mkhitaryan one is a bit baffling because he's not obviously been playing. And I do like Mkhitaryan, but it's a big game to chuck Lingard and Mkhitaryan into. And City are doing little lob passes now. It's embarrassing.
They are. They're taking the mick. But
Daley Blind's having one of those games where it's just not.
He's having one of those games when you think, he's not a centre back. Yeah.
I think Daley Blind's an Everton centre back. I think if you want to finish 7th, then Daley Blind's a good centre back. I think if you want to win the title, same goes for that. clown.
I think that was more that was your philosophy and your way of thinking before the start of the season. You said no, you win the league, you don't win the league with Linda just end up that, do you? It just doesn't happen. Not for the whole season. You know, match to match. If you need cover there, then yes, but you just don't do it. But in a flipping it around, us being exposed like this, do you think that could go into Jose's thinking in the future, in terms of playing Fellaini?
I hope so.
As often.
I hope so, because the big problem is, and I think there was a game, I don't know whether it was under Van Gaal or it was. We've done it before with Carrick, Fellaini, and Rooney. There's just no, Pogba is quick, that's true, but there's just not any pace in the team. If we can get a goal back before half time that we probably don't deserve, at least it gives us something for the second half. But to come back from 2-0, you can't see it. I mean, I think you're either going to have a really, really difficult second half, Dan, of watching City just double the score, or it's going to be one of the best second halves we've ever seen. But the flow of the game isn't changing. It's, we are being hit on the break, not because we're doing anything on the attack, but just because we've got no pace in the team.
I know, it's done.
Valencia's caught a bad one there, but I think it'll be a yellow.
Yeah, I think he's making a meal of it. What's your thoughts on Pogba in this match, Mark?
I just think he's had a long summer, hasn't he? And he had not a long summer. He had a long holiday, didn't he? He's probably a couple of weeks behind everybody else. I think even against Hull, he looked a bit off. But you look at the passion on the side there from Jose and Pep, but unfortunately, it doesn't matter, does it, when you're 2-0 down? And remember, City, the away team here, totally dominated it. Sometimes I don't like saying it. I said I couldn't see us losing this game, but I didn't see us. Rooney's played as he has played, hasn't he? That's an awful cross. Yes! Yes! 2-1.
Yes!
Get in.
Get in, boy. That's it. Go in there 2-1.
They've just bought that goalkeeper, and he's that's 2-1. Keeping error.
And that goal sent Pep back to his seat. I mean, this is better for us now. We go in to half time, we reassess, we reevaluate.
2-0 is like 4-0 when they've dominated the game. They've just gifted us a goal, and it's a brilliant finish, but it's totally undeserved. But I said it as that cross came in. I mean, it's Rooney with another assist in a sense, but I said it was a poor cross. But fortunately, City's keeper's crap, and they've just spent a load of money on him. Awful. The foreign keepers on crosses, and we said it, didn't we? Put big balls into the box.
Yep.
So
it would be Zlatan that bangs it as well. That's what he gives you. He might be quiet. You give him the chance, he bangs it in. Done.
Totally undeserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's the cardinal sin in football when you're 2-0 up. That one goal before half time.
Yeah. So I think
for all their confidence and bravado, 2-1. It's a totally second half. A totally different second half. You got an exciting one, Dan. You got an exciting one.
Yeah, and throw it out again to the people in the comments. Does anyone would like to join me?
Yes. Of course. I'm going literally in probably about 5 minutes. So if anybody on the live comments wants to jump on with Dan for the second half, on Twitter, just give us your Twitter feed and Dan can get you on, because I'll be going in a minute. So
yeah, just give us a message and I will send you the link. Have a look. Anyone in the hang on. They got.
No, I'm just trying to get come on.
We can't go in at 3-1. It needs to be 2-1. Second half, inject some pace. So you're leaving in about 2-3 minutes, Mark. Did you say?
Probably about 5-10 minutes. I can confirm Jesse Lingard is still on the pitch because he just tried to dive and get a free kick. So there's a lot of people saying, is he actually out there? And yes, he is. But to be honest, I know it's been really poor that first half, but I would be absolutely ecstatic to go in at 2-1 because it should be it should be at least 2-0 to City. And thank God they've bought a keeper who's absolutely atrocious because he just there's a lot to be done from Zlatan on that finish because there's 2 City players back on the line.
Yeah,
but that's what you get. But City again, oh no, it's a foul. But he's got to sort that. The problems are still there. He's got to sort that midfield out. I'd be amazed if he doesn't make a sub at half time because it's too slow.
Absolutely.
I don't think Fellaini's doing much wrong. He's got no pace.
Oh, hang on. I've just got a message from someone on Twitter. Fix MUFC. Who's that, Mark? Do you know who that is? I think he wants to come on.
Yeah, try and get him on. Just send him the link now. We'll sort of settle him in before I go.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to send in the link. But I'll let you speak while I'm trying to send in the link, Mark.
Yeah, no worries. He's just picked up a yellow card, which is a bit of... I think that was always coming. Clattenburg, he obviously booked silver. I think he wanted to level it out because City hadn't had a really bad tackle. Oh, you're in. Go on. Got to put that cross. He's got to put a cross in now. It's a decent cross. Oh, straight at the keeper. Difficult, but it was a good cross to Zlatan, to be fair to Rooney. It was probably hard for him to get his power on it, but now it's City on the break. Just hold them out. Good tackle, Valencia. Well done. It's off. It's going off like a bottle of pop at the moment.
Yeah, right now you'd like it to be extended now. It always happens, and half-time comes and slows down. Come on, get it to 2-2. Oh, it took too long. It took too long to pass that.
It's Pogba's fault that was. It was a good run.
You don't want half-time to come right now. You want it to...
Well, you don't want it to come, but to be honest, we probably do want it to come because United still are ragged all over the midfield and it needs sorting out.
I did say it would be goals. I did predict 4-3.
I think it's going to be a good second half.
Jose knows as well. He's getting ready to go back to that dressing room and bloody sort this selection out.
Forward there. That was the pass. Go on. Zlatan's not got the pace for that. Lingard has. Oh, what was he doing?
Oh no.
He's actually had two really good chances, Zlatan, and that keeper, he can play again. There we go. Well, end of the first half was entertaining. United probably could have been 2-2, should have been 2 or 3 down. I'd take 2-1.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll tell you what, I think that might be the main message in this. At half time, you focus on that keeper. What do you reckon, Mark?
Well, we said it all week. Because when you've got Zlatan in the team, you've got to put the high ball into the box, and a high ball into the box, fumbled it. That's not why I was saying it. You've got Zlatan who's 6'5", but that's what they've got to do second half. But they've got to sort that midfield out, because if they can start getting all that midfield a bit, then you'll get more opportunity to put balls down the width and put them into the box. But City totally dominating the midfield, and that won't change in the second half unless he makes a better change. But VK Dean saying Blind exposed. I don't blame him for the first one, and I know he played the man on side for the second one, but that's not bad positional sense. It's just a shot and it's the post. Smalling in, Mark. I don't think the defence is the problem. It's the midfield for me. Is that lad coming on, Dan?
Yeah. Well, I've messaged him. I'm literally trying to message him again. It's called Fix MUFC. He was on the first podcast that we tried to do.
All right.
He's got some pretty good tactic ideas by United. So,
well, as long as you've got somebody to interact with, that would be good.
Yeah. If you're watching Fix MUFC, let me know. If not, I might try and get Matt on. Matt NBC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just message him as well and see if he wants to come. So, oh no, I got a reply. This guy said he's coming on now. So hopefully we can bed him in before you leave, Mark.
Okay. I'll probably go. I think we're going in 10 minutes. So.
All right, I'm gonna throw it over to you. Do you want to give him a bit of input on half time before you leave? Right. What's the live comments up to?
Zlatan had 2 really good chances at the end of that half and probably should have made it 2-2, which would have been absolutely hilarious, because we'd be devastated to be 2-1. But I think you've got your lad on now. Dan, when you finish at full time,
yeah,
I think you've got stop broadcast in front of you anyway.
Yeah.
and then just log out in that top right corner of YouTube.
Yeah. No worries.
And drop me a message. But hopefully we've got somebody, but he needs to show his face. He can't just be an icon.
Yeah,
people are saying it would be a man of the match from that first half. God, difficult to pick a United one, really. I thought it was a good finish from Zlatan, but he probably should have finished again after that. Nobody really stands out. Very disappointed in Mkhitaryan, says we have to waste a sub on him, says the Kojo. Well, what about Lingard first?
Yeah. 2 seconds. Just messaging, just trying to get it sorted. Can you turn your camera on, mate?
I'm trying.
I can hear him. We can hear him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort it out. Hold on. What's happening?
Dan, I'm going to go because we've got to go. But I'll be on Twitter and I'll do a live reaction at some point this afternoon, and hopefully we will be celebrating a win. My thoughts with everybody. I really wish I could watch the second half, but family comes first. And
good luck with the wedding.
It's going to be a great second half. Just hang in there.
All right, mate. I'll drop you a message as soon as it finishes. All right.
See you in a bit.
See you later. Bye. How's your camera going, mate?
Is that a little bit? Is that camera icon on top? Is it?
Yeah.
Because I pressed on there. It should be black, is it?
No, you have to press it up. Right next to the microphone in the top right, you should press it. See it?
Unmute myself.
Alright,
oh God.
How's it going now? Yeah. So if you
let me do the link again, probably.
No worries. Right. So at the moment, it looks like it's just me and the live comments. So if you want your time to shine, drop something on me. What we got? Michael Fraser saying, "Kick this guy." Michael, he's just trying to sort out his camera. You got to give him a chance. He hasn't made his debut yet, mate. Right, he's back in. You press.
Yeah, how's it?
Enjoy the weather, Marks.
Oh God, why?
Lynn, Mourinho has decisions. What does the live comments? Who do you reckon needs to come on then? So people are saying Mickey for Rashford. Martial for Lingard. Jamie O'Hara? That's the football player. Martial for Lingard. Would you not say Rashford for Lingard? Rashford and Martial. Lingard's useless. Someone in the live comments, who was it? I just missed it. Who would I change? What I would change is, what I would do is I'd move Mkhitaryan into the number 10 role. I would bring Rashford on for Lingard. I'll put Rooney off, Mkhitaryan in the 10, Rashford on the right hand side, then Martial. That's what I'd make. I'd make 2 subs, the 2 young boys on, 2 young strikers, even playing in the winger's position, get them on, inject some pace into the team. We're lacking pace. Back over to the live comments as well. Mickey number 10 and Rashford for Lynn from Bishek. So 30 possession at home. You'll think with the away team, 30 possession at home. Who cares? Let's take that. Let's just get the win. Dan's getting on my nerves from Luke. Well, thanks a lot, Luke. Well, you know what to do. You can log off if you want to. Rooney is shockingly bad. No, Abby Light stand personal line standing for Mark. No one is at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. I've asked people to come on, but no one's on. You want to come on, Lynn? How's your mic, mate? Have you got it? Have you got your Dan? Do you? Vape?
Yeah.
No, that's my wife's vape in the background, Johnny Blaze.
No. What's going on?
I love how raw this video is. Hey, what's that, mate?
I haven't done this before, the hangout thing.
Yeah, literally.
So it's kind of
does it not say? Let me have a look. Let me try to see if I can do something. if I put in the top middle, it should say turn camera on and off. You have to press that.
Yeah, I pressed turn on, and then the camera's still crossed off. Kind of. I have a FaceTime camera on, but
You might have to go into your settings and allow it to use your camera.
Yeah. Can I do it on a phone? Does it work? If I do it on the phone?
Yeah, you might be able to.
Yeah, let me try.
Let's have a look. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to try and see in the meantime if we could just get someone else in, because what we really need, we need someone else on camera.
Okay. Yeah.
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 But what I'll do, if you got, in fact, while I'm doing that and while you're trying to get your camera working, do you want to give your thoughts on the change that you would potentially make?
Yeah, just get the pace on. Play 2 up top. You know, get Rooney off. Get Martial on. Get Rashford on. I think Mkhitaryan through the middle will be the best. You know, get us some penetration. You know.
Yep.
And you know, I think, yeah.
Well,
because we're so sluggish right now. We need to push forward, you know, to kind of counteract their keep ball, you know, style, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't need camera if he doesn't want. Apparently, you can do it on your phone or tablet. So if you want to do it that way,
okay.
Bring in that way. Try and get you on. I'm gonna see if I can get any Having Like This damn people on. That's my hope before. Just have a couple more minutes as well before half time.
So you can do it, yeah?
Yeah. So you could do it. You could do it for your phone. So if you literally press it for your phone or tablet, your camera should come on that way.
Yeah.
Just in the comments, did I see Josh Kirby said he wants to come on as well? Has he got a camera working? Can I come on, Josh Kirby? Yeah, he can. Josh, if you send me a message on Twitter at Dan Carlos Reed, I'll send you the link. And we go from there. Wake up, we'll have some tea. Let's go to the live comments, guys. This is your time to shine. Can I come on? Yeah, Robbie, yes, send me a link. What I'll probably do is I'll give everybody a little bit of chance to come on. Tim Partridge, everyone, just follow me at Dan Carlos Reed on Twitter. Send me the link. Send me a message, and I'll give you a link. We can give you guys a chance to come on throughout the second half. Yeah, as I said, Luke Everson's asking, can he come on? Do the same thing. Send me a message on Twitter, and we go from there, mate. So, your thoughts on the first half, mate? What would you put on it?
First half was really sluggish. I think Fellaini really showed that, you know, he's not up for the task. Mark hit it right on the head. He said, you know, the small players will run around him. That's exactly what happened. You know, they put the ball into the little channel in between centre backs and Fellaini.
Yep.
And then he got caught a couple of times, you know, and eventually paid for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
People saying, Jimmy's asking where did Mark go? Mark's actually gone to his brother's wedding. Hence why there's no overlay, there's no graphics. It's just raw and uncut. And we're just going through the flow. But you know, you have to remember the main point of today is United versus City. That's the highlight of today. So just bear with us. It's not normally like this. So all right, guys, everyone that's saying they don't want to come on the show, I still haven't got any messages from you lot. So the first one that's got it is Robbie. Robbie, I'll send you. You message me. Let me just message you now. Alright, so Robbie, yeah, you follow me so I can message you. Yeah, give us a follow and I'll send you the message through there. Robbie Smith. What is the Twitter? The Twitter is United Stand MUFC, but I don't have access to that. So if you just message me at Dan Carlos Reed, just give me a follow. I will send you the link, mate, to get on the watch along. Lynn Hall in the comments saying Herrera on Fellaini. I agree with that. Fellaini has played well at the start of the season, but you know he hasn't done great in this game. To be honest with you, he's been pretty anonymous.
You know what? I'll log out and come back in if you don't mind. If I
Yeah,
can
that's
fix my
fine.
camera.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, thanks.
Right. Right, I'm gonna go. Alright, so before the second half happens, alright, so get NBC on. People are saying I'm trying to get NBC on. He doesn't seem to want to come on. I think he's out. Rest in peace, that vape. It's Johnny Blaze. Come on, mate. Get over it. Now I'm only playing. Shouldn't change this. NBC. Look, if you want NBC on, message NBC and tell him to come on. I told him to come on as well. I've even WhatsApp him. So you lot message him on Twitter and let's see if he'll come on. Get NBC. NBC's tripping apparently. Vinny Schneidlin, Fellaini is doing everything. He just needs to help in the middle of the park. That's not my decision, guys. Come on, Dan, dare to vape. No, it's not a vape channel. Got Fellaini's NBC. All right, I'll tell you what. This everyone on Twitter. Message NBC. Tell them to get on this chat. Tell them to get on this watch along. Looks like second half about to start. I believe Marcus Rashford is coming on. Oh, we're making 2 subs, Herrera and Rashford. Let's see who Herrera's coming on for. Herrera's coming on for Mkhitaryan, which I wouldn't have done. Again, Rooney gets away with murder. And Rashford's probably going to be coming on for Lingard, if I'm correct. Yeah, he is. Rashford's coming on for Lingard. The right decision to be made. We're 2-1 down. I think Rashford looks on. He looks determined. Here's for a second half. Nice subs, fair subs. Yeah, Herrera, Rashford. Yeah, so if you just joined us, Rashford and Herrera are on for Mkhitaryan and Lingard. Sort of a wrap up of the first half. We were very sluggish in the first half. Man City was first at all different balls. They were first at everything, to be fair. We were chasing their shadows. The possession was sort of 63% in City's favour. So we're sort of playing like the team away from home, which doesn't really help. Mark was here in the first half. If you're wondering why Mark's not here, he's actually at a wedding today. So we're sort of just patched it together and we're just going with the flow. Rooney was early crossing to the box. You know, the big thing. Oh, hang on, Zlatan. The big thing for me is hopefully Jose sort of stuck into them now, and he's hoping to get something going. We were not present. Oh, you know what? We've already made a better start to this half. Baez just closed that ball down. So who's coming on with me then? I still haven't had any messages. Okay, Robbie, I'm gonna send you the link now. Let's try this. Hopefully we should have Robbie Smith from the comments join us in the hangout. What's your Twitter, Dan? My Twitter is at Dan Carlos Reed, DANCAROSREID. Follow me, I'll send you a message. You can come on the show. Might as well try and make this sort of interactive show today, as we haven't got any of the other United Stand team on there. So So hopefully, look at the pack already from Rash. Exactly, yeah, Rash is already. As soon as he comes on, he makes that direct impact straight away. It's got Pogba on the ball there, was he? Straight away with Rashford, direct, and just runs at the City team. We wasn't having that in the first half. Rashford is so special. Seeing the comments here, Rashford is so good. It's quite surprising, really, that Jesse was picked ahead of him before the game. It's quite surprising that Rashford's so direct from Shane Higgs. Absolutely, you can see the difference already, and we're only about 3 minutes into the second half. You can really see the difference in it. Tim Partridge put the camera on the game. Can't do that, Tim. That's illegal. You need to watch the game from Sky Sports 1. Other options may be available if you have a look. Oh, right. So hopefully we should have Robbie joining us any second now. Robbie, check your Twitter messages. Send it. Right, guys, we've got NBC joining us. Matt Browning, mate. He's going to be joining us very shortly. Joshua Kirby, I will send you a link shortly if I get you on. That's not a problem. We're going to try something different here. Hang on a minute. Let's get Matt on first. I'll let Matt carry the weight for a minute while I get a few other things organised. Let's get this channel going. What's your Twitter, Dan? Luke, again, it's at Dan Carlos Reed, mate. You'll find it, mate. Dan, turn your TV volume down. Sorry about that, Will. Hope that's better. You're doing a great job, Dan. Thank you, Gungsho. I do appreciate that. It feels like it's a garbage truck on fire at the moment. Everything's just going on March left. I have no. It's the first watch along, so all the loyal guys are still here, sticking along for me. So hopefully, show the game, please. We can't do that, mate. Let's have a look. Let's see how long Matt's going to take to get on. We support Dan. Well, yeah, appreciate that. What's your it's at Dan Carlos Reed. Yeah, it's not. You know what? It's not about supporting me, really. It's supporting the United stand. Do you know what I mean? That's why I feel like we've got one of the best communities on YouTube. To be fair, it's about following this great club. Back on the game, there's a bit more tenacious stuff from us at the moment. We seem to be more passionate, more aggressions now being shown from our side. It just seemed like we were so scared in the first half. But there's a bit more. Hang on a minute. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we've got someone joining us now. He decided to stop tripping. Matt.
Hello.
How you doing, mate? Thanks for joining us, NBC.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Sorry, having to do a bit of DIY fix because you guys were banging on about me coming on, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, as people got their cameras on because we're getting a bit of feedback. You might have a guest on if you turn down your channel. But yeah, go on, Matt.
Yeah, mine's coming through my headphones, so.
That's fine. What's your input on the first half, Matt?
No, whatever. Like, I was so vexed. If anyone's on my Twitter, you can see I'm just going up on one. I'm so upset. What's actually annoyed me is the fact that I watched under 23s derby. I think it was yesterday, and we gave more of an account for ourselves then than we did today. And I honestly thought we was going to be like conceding some stupid goals. But fortunately, we've kind of turned it around a little bit, and we start showing that we can play good football. We're not under Van Gaal. We're not under under David Moyes, and now that we got that confidence back in us, you're seeing that Pep and his team can't pass the ball around the back as they would like to. They're now having to think, oh, crap, there's real quality here. I need to do something. So, yeah. And Zlatan just picked up a yellow card. That's whatever.
Yeah, no. I appreciate your input there, Matt. Yeah, I was extremely scared in the first half, and second half, see what happens. Join us from the comments. We've got another chap on the show, Robert John. I don't think we've never actually done this before on Watchalong. We've had more than 2 people going, so we're going to see how this goes. Robert, who are you? What's your thoughts on the game? And welcome to the United Stand.
Oh, cheers. It's so cool to be here.
Okay.
I've been watching this show for ages.
Okay. Excellent. No. What's your input?
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, mate. You tell us your input on the game. What do you think of the game so far?
It hasn't been that good, has it? In the midfield, we need to pass the ball around more.
Another yellow card.
We've just been a bit with possession.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, do you feel these were the right substitutes to make for the second half? Do you feel Rooney should still be on the pitch, Robert?
Rooney, he hasn't done that bad. He is trying to be he's trying to lift our team and make us more aggressive and want us to win the ball back. I think we need to keep him on for that reason.
Oh.
And Rashford and Herrera coming on, that's those are the 2 best subs. Would you
have taken Mkhitaryan off, or do you think he should have came off? Was he that poor in the first half, Matt? What do you think?
Yes, he was. Mkhitaryan was he was off the pace massively, and I know Rooney. I can't stand. We know, we've listened to the podcast of Rooney. However, he was putting in some decent crosses, so I can't really fault him on that. Lingard, he did it early, so he disappeared. So he just got hit there. Herrera. Well, how is that not a foul? Right, sorry. There were so many things that were going wrong, but unfortunately, the 2 that got subbed off were the 2 weakest links at that point in time. I wouldn't be surprised if Smalling comes on at some point to either replace Bailly or to bulk out the midfield a little bit more, because now Fellaini's on a yellow card, Zlatan's on a yellow card, Bailly's on a yellow card, so pretty much our spine's on a yellow card. So, and obviously we know the history about Pep and Jose. Jose always go down to 10 men when they're playing each other. So I'm hoping that's not the case, because that would be either a 1-match ban or a 3-match ban, depending on how severe the sending off is. Yeah. But I'm hoping we get a foothold on this again and we win 3-2. I say 3-2 because that was my prediction, so I'm a bit biased.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just going over to the comments, people saying, who the hell are these guys? Well, if you didn't know,
United Stand left the call? What? United Stand? Where are you? Does that mean I've hacked the channel again? Ah, get in. Okay, cool. Right. Oh, good. No, don't you score. Right. Cool. So, what's your thoughts on the game? What do you think about how the rest of the game's going to turn out? City's just made a sub. How do you think they're going to hold it all?
I feel with the signings we've made, Zlatan, Pogba, they can make out of nothing, and also Rashford.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it could be out of nothing, but he just makes a goal like that.
He does, and Pogba's made some really good darting runs.
Yeah, he's so direct.
Yeah, definitely. And Rashford, when he came on, oh my gosh, he created 2 chances in that short cameo he's made so far. All we got to hope is that he can actually prove to be a difference and not pick up an injury. I don't want to curse him or anything, but there's a chance. Claudio Bravo, that was a foul. I swear, I hate this referee. This is so bang out. Who's it on the floor? Oh, is it Rooney? Rooney's injured. Yay! Bye, Rooney. I can't stand you, Rooney, mate. No, this is bang out of order. Hang on, let's have a look. So, who's going to comment? Goldbridge is at wedding. Yes. Pep, you boring. Yep. Okay. Who likes yam? Yam. No. Serious, kind of. Say hi to Matt, please. Hi, Ryan. Dan's bro getting married too. Shotgun wedding. Funny. Goals in it. I don't know about that. Rooney is down. Yes, exactly my point. LOL banter, always banter. that is a penalty. You're correct. It is a penalty. Studs up. Yes, he should be sent off. How'd you do it? Let me message you. Oh, you got to message Dan. Common United. Yep. Rooney. Yeah. Get rid of him. Take him off. Yep. Park spell. Great banter. It is. Yeah. We that's all we do. Banter. Sorry about that. I just thought I'd get people involved to put in stuff in the comments. Who are your danger men? Oh gosh, who are your danger men to look out for City? I know De Bruyne has done something. Iheanacho, Kelechi Iheanacho's done something already, but who else do you think we need to look out for?
Oh, Sterling and Leicester, they're pretty decent, aren't they? Like Sterling, he's just kind of nowhere from last season.
Yeah.
Like Leicester, he's like, to be honest, I've never like heard of him before he joined City.
Yeah.
But like, he's done all right, hasn't he?
He's done very well, surprisingly enough. I thought for a really unknown player, he's doing his job. But let's be honest, that's just testament to both Jose and Pep's qualities in spotting good players, because they both brought in relatively underwhelming players by the titles themselves. Nolito, no one really knows. He's what, 29? Oh, that's a great ball by him. Come on, oh, that was crap. That's Bayern Bay, who's, again, a relatively unknown quantity. But again, they're doing a job, a very good job. So I think that just shows how good both Jose and Pep trust their scouting networks and the people that they have in their entourage to help them pick out the people that not everyone else would necessarily go for, but are solid at doing their job and do it very, very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Hang on a minute. Who's that? Luke Everson. I don't know who you're referring to, but do not be rude like that. No need for it, man. Shaking. Yes, come hold now. Can't be asked. Calm down. Why? I'm passionate. This guy's great at presenting. Maybe. I'm going to cut myself if this kid doesn't stop. I'm not a kid. Yes, people subscribe. Yes, like the video, please. He's not watching the match. I am watching the match. The match is right back. I'm not going to turn the camera because I'll get in trouble, but it's right there. It's like there. It's there. Rooney is detrimental to the team. He needs dropping in great service, but his time is up. Would you bring in Smalling? Yeah, I would bring Smalling to solidify things. Fight me, mate. Why are we fighting for? Show us the match. I would. It's right. Leroy Sané's coming on. No, I'm not showing the match. I was asking the raging people to calm down. Oh, my apologies. Hey guys. Hey Jesse. Well, that ain't professional. Okay. What channel is it in? I don't know. I'm streaming it. Dan's wife got mad at him, so he had to leave. To be fair, that's what marriage is all about, you know. What's the phrase? Happy wife, happy life. If you don't buy that, you're never gonna. And you're gonna have to be friends with your right or left hand, whichever you're right, you're lefty. I don't know. I don't know if I should be saying stuff like this because I don't know if it's meant to be like friendly banter, but I just really can't be bothered. I am what I am. I like that jersey you got on. I wanted that one. But have you got a number on the back of it?
Yeah, I've got Carrick.
Okay, 16, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So is he your favourite player, current United player?
Or Zlatan, he's maybe Zlatan.
What do you mean maybe?
Maybe.
It's not a guessing game. Who is your current United player?